Oh boy. Breathe, smile.
You just tuned it in.
Global and worldwide.
Hit you on the one with no delay. Because it's the Fighter's Voice.
The Fighter's Voice.
With your fighting host, Richard Ortiz.
And the formidable co-host,
Mr. Cole Escovedo. Remember, every fighter has a voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live here on the Fighter's Voice Knockout Podcast. I want to apologize earlier for some difficulties we ran into. You know, this coronavirus got everybody tripping. It got everybody moving. Everybody's hitting speed bumps, but nevertheless, the Fighter's Voice continues to fight through this. And like everybody else, we can only win together. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce my co-host, Mike Rueda. Mike, say what's up, man.
What's up? How's it going?
Mike's going to be... hey, we're all doing good, Mike. Mike, ladies and gentlemen, Mike's going to be dropping some good news later on in the middle of the show. We got some great news coming up for you guys. But enough said, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the owner, the founder of Extreme Fitness / model / ring card girl / the beautiful one. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Maria Cervantes. Welcome to the Fighter's Voice. How you doing, Maria?
Doing great, mi gente, doing great. You know, just like with these difficulties, like technology, I told you I'm not the best. We are all learning. So thank you so much, mi gente, for, you know, your patience and waiting for us. But we are here. Let's do it.
Yes. Like I said at the top of the show, I apologized earlier because some of your followers already subscribed to the YouTube channel, and I know they were there to see you. So, hey, we're going to make sure we put on a good show for them and, you know, have some fun. I mean, let's cut right to it, man. I mean, people have asked me, Extreme Fitness, tell the whole world, tell the viewers, what exactly is that? Is it just a gym? Is it a way of life? Is it a goal of yours? Or what do you want to accomplish with your gym?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank you for the invitation, you know, for having me in your show. I feel so honored to be here with you guys and with you, Richard. So I just started my journey on 2012 here in Madera, California, with 3 bikes. I love cycling is how I started with. And then from 3 bikes, it turned into 5 and then 5, 10 and then 10, 15. And it just goes. And then we got into different classes, circuit trainings, mobility training, personal training. So we offer variety of things for all different ages. It's not only for young crowd or only for elders. So it's for everybody. So I'm so happy that I'm able to contribute with the community and bring this good things to them. So fitness is a lifestyle. I know you have been hearing that phrase before, but that's true. It's a lifestyle. Fitness is not something that you reach today and then you let it go. It's something that you every day. It's a lot of commitment and discipline. You can do it. Anybody can do it. It's on you if you want to. It's not easy. Nobody says that it's easy, but it's all worth it.
I'm looking at your background right now, and I can see the back of your gym. And I've noticed, I've watched all your posts, I've watched everything, and you take care of everything. You seem, yeah, exactly. I'm looking at it right now. You seem to be your own manager, your own entrepreneur. And not only that, I've watched the meals that you cook and that you provide. And when it's booming in the morning, I'm talking about 5 o'clock in the morning, you have all your members. They're not there putting in. I don't see them working out, Maria. I don't see them struggling. I see them all having fun and all working together, sweating together. I mean, I may want to be a member there. I know me and Mike, we talked about dropping some weight in that weight challenge.
Hey, I'm waiting for you too, okay?
What's that?
I say I'm waiting for you too. After, you know, all this happened, even though now, you don't have to wait until then. So I'm going to talk about a little bit what I had to implement in this circumstances that we're living in. So since we are not open and they force us to close, I had to implement new things and be creative and figured out how I'm going to keep my business going, right? Because nobody can come in.
Right.
So I have
Right.
all what you need, equipment and everything, but nobody can walk in anymore in these days. So what I decide to do is to do virtual classes, cycling class. And first, what I did is I loaned my bikes with my members. And then I thought, I'm going to sell them. Why I need, for what I want this equipment here, waiting for these people when the people can use it out there at home. So this is what I did. I started doing virtual classes and having my cycling class and having the circuit trainings as well. And it's been doing, my people, mi gente is so supportive. I cannot thank them enough for all the support, all the love, all the patience and loyalty that they have been having to Extreme Fitness. From my heart, I'm telling them, they are great people. Extreme Fitness is not like any regular gym that you can go. It's a family. We're a family. We take care of each other. Every person, whoever walks through that door to my place is because they have a need. I see that. I feel that. If you are here, it's because you have a need. You can name it, healthy-wise, stress, anything can be. So if you are here, it's because you have a need at that moment. So I'm here to support you, to help you, and be there for you. So this is what we have.
Enough said. Yeah. Mike, I'm going to say something real quick. Mike, other gyms, you see them and it says closed, right? And it says closed, or it says until further notice. Maria took the bull right by the horns, and you know what? She reinvented herself, as if to say, hey, I'm going to embrace the situation. I am going to make it work. I'm keeping my membership, and I'm offering it to those to work out where? In the comfort of their own home. Mike, first of all, before you even speak and say anything, man, I'm going to let you drop the good news on what's happening this Wednesday, and then I'm going to let you address that question to Maria in our new format.
Well, it's actually going to be this Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Our new show, Thursday, this Thursday only, our new show will begin. Will be the Fighter Voice in Español. We're going to have guest co-host Ernesto Amador from No Puedes Jugar Boxeo. So they will be on this Thursday, 5:30. And I'm very excited to get this started. And it's going to be expansion on the Fighter's Voice. And, we're going to keep bringing it for everybody to show that we do what we talk about and we are who we say we are. And there is no second place. We're first, second, and third here.
Very well said, man. So I'm going to let you address your question you got for Maria in our new format, my man.
Okay, María, pues pregunta aquí, como existe todo tu nuevo plan en el gimnasio con todo por video y virtual con los de biciclo, ¿qué has mirado de tus personas, como dijiste, pues tu gente? ¿Cómo han respondido a todo lo que has hecho por ellos en este tiempo tan difícil?
Han respondido no tengo palabras para dejarles saber lo agradecida que estoy. Han sido siempre han estado ahí conmigo, ayudándome y dándome ánimos y diciendo, María, tú lo podemos hacer. Estamos contigo, lo que tú hagas, te seguimos. A donde vayas, nosotros vamos. So, ha sido un reto, realmente ha sido un reto esta situación, no solo para mí, creo que para todos los en el mundo en general. Es un reto que en un momento, el día 19 de marzo, yo estaba con mis puertas abiertas, trabajando lo más normal, y el día 20 de marzo vienen 2 policías y oficiales y me obligan a cerrar mi negocio y yo me quedo como que, ¿y ahora qué va a pasar? ¿Cómo me dices eso a mí? ¿Qué voy a hacer? Sí. ¿Verdad? Fue algo súper, muy drástico. Fue un cambio drástico y creo que todos lo sentimos igual. Entonces, fue una semana, la primera semana que estuve en casa, estuve pensando, estuve positiva. Creí que iba a ser solamente una semana o 2 semanas, ¿verdad? Porque eso fue lo que nos dejaron saber. pero después se alargó más y entonces tuve que pensar y decir, ok, tienes que actuar, María, y tienes que hacer algo por tu gente y tienes que mantenerlos activos y más que nada apoyarlos ahora porque es bastante estrés. Es un estrés grandísimo estar en casa. Mucha gente quedó sin trabajo y yo lo entiendo. Hay algunas clases que las ofrezco por Instagram Live para mantener a la gente activa, aún y aunque no tengan la oportunidad de pagar. Aquí estamos para ayudarles. Pero lo que es de mi gente
bien.
ha sido un soporte muy grande.
Sí, y es que necesitamos en este tiempo tan difícil es tener a otro apoyarnos uno al otro, porque ahorita es que todo lo que tenemos en este momento.
Correcto. Yo estoy contigo, Mike. Estoy contigo.
Sí.
Hey, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Maria. Hey, Mike, here's the thing, though. Here's what a lot of people don't know. I mean, you look the part, you are the part, you become it, right? So you may have even seen Maria around. I mean, because she's a ring card girl, she's an MMA cage girl. She's done big events, live events, TV events, and we're going to continue to see her. She's going to be a part of the fight industry because, as you can see, that's all that hard work that's paying off. And you know, a lot of people can at one point get the body that they want, but it's keeping it, Mike. You know as well as me and you, we've went up and down that scale, but you keep it. And something came to my head, and I was thinking, how can I get Maria inside of the Fighter's Voice? Well, what exactly can we do? And what's coming to my mind, Maria, as we speak, I can see her coming on once a month at least and saying, hey, guys, I got a new diet for you guys. You guys got to try this, or the exercise of the week, or the diet of the week, or the meal of the week, or what have you. I just see her being a part of this family, coming in, using her resources, the gym, the way that she's able to cook the healthy meals and just motivate people, because she motivates people, man. People like me and you, she gives them the opportunity to achieve their goals and their dreams, just like a trainer would to a boxer. Maria, when you hear me say these things about you, I mean, you're being real humble. You talked about your gym, you talked about your cooking and your workouts, but there's another side to you. And actually, there's where I met you. I believe it was Tachi Palace, and you were one of the ring girls. And we spoke afterwards, and I said, somewhere down the line, we got to hook up somewhere. Actually, I've been trying to get you on the show for over a year now. Is that correct?
Correct. I'm sorry. And, you know, this have to happen because I'm always super, you know, my schedule's a little booked. And I always try to be there with Richard and say, yes, Richard, I'm going to be there. Believe me, yes. And then just one thing come, you know, behind other, and it never happened. So I really thank you for your patience, Richard, and always, you know, be there and stay on it. Say, Maria, you gotta come to the show. And I say, yes. I mean, as a ring girl, it was something that I really wanted to do, to have the experience. And I thank God because I did it at this age, because me that I am super young. Usually, you know, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the experience that I had when I was a ring girl. Most of the times, the girls that they were next to me, they were early 20s, right? And I am almost in my 40s, and I'm like, okay. But I really enjoy it that I did it at that age because I'm focused. I know what I want, and I knew why I was there, what it was the purpose. And always the purpose was to bring my business out there, to make people conscious about fitness, how important it is for your life, for your health. Like I told you before, and I have it on the wall, that it says, fitness is mind, body, and soul for me. Fitness is all these three in one. If you are missing one of them, you are missing something. You are not complete. So everything starts from your mind, because your mind is the strongest muscle that we have. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then it goes to your body, and then you feel good about yourself, and you have the confidence now, and you start seeing results, and you start seeing changes, and you start feeling much better. And then your soul, the way that you feel, is just much better. I mean, it is. It's something that I'm being seen with one member, with two members, whoever comes to this place, you can ask them, you know, but they can see the difference and they can feel the difference. Like I say before, Fitness is not about how you look, it's about how you feel from inside out.
I agree. Very well said. Mike, hearing that, I mean, it motivates you. It gives you the confidence that you need. And, you know, we got to have confidence in the you know, in the media. I mean, to approach people in the circuit that we're in. I mean, we got to have that mind, body, spirit, and just, you know, you look good, you feel good, you play good, so to speak. And we always got to give it our all. I mean, you're a role model when it comes to coaching. And I know that's some of the same principles that you preach to the kids. You know, I'm going to move on briefly from that. I just want to say this, man. Hey, I talked to Ernie Hymas today from Hymas Promotions. He has 2 big events coming in Fresno, which I really can't drop too much news on until we clear it out. He said, Richard, who's this Maria girl you got on? He said, send me a bio. What it is just some pictures and a little bit of something that you need. And he said, Richard, no, you know what? Never mind. He said, because you've never been wrong. He said, your word is gold. He said, so enough said, man. So Maria, I'm not sure what the dates are. So, but hey, 40's not too old. You're going to be working again. You're going to be holding up some
and let me tell you, I mean,
2 and 3, 4.
And I don't want to sound, I don't know how you say, ¿cómo dice usted, Mike, en inglés? No quiero sonar presunciosa. ¿Cómo dice presunciosa? ¿Cocky?
Like arrogant.
I don't want to sound arrogant, but I feel like in my mid-20s, I'm honest with you. I feel great. You know, I'm just telling you, fitness is something that you can add to your life and you are not going to regret, never, never, ever. So everything comes together. And yes, Richard, you say before about my kitchen, the same that I love being in the fitness, in my place, in my gym, working out. I enjoy to be in the kitchen. You don't have any idea how much I enjoy to be there. Always, you know, prepping, doing new things. I love to cook because when you cook, you can add colors, you can add flavors, even though it was not in the recipe. Who cares? You know, I'm not really good at baking though, because in baking it's just, you gotta put, you know, measurements and all that, and I'm not the best. But cooking is really good. So when you get into fitness and you start doing some type of exercise, and you know, Mike, if you are a coach, how good it is. You start working out, you start putting that in your life, so your mind changed. Now, I really want to eat this, or I change it for that, right?
Yeah.
Because you know how you're going to feel. You know what it's going to do to your body. Period. That it. So then start changing little by little. Always, when somebody comes for the first time, never been into fitness, my best advice for them is start slow. You know, slowly. Don't try to do everything at once. You are already doing a change in your life, and you are shocking your body by putting fitness in it. Then to change your whole, you know, meals, I don't think this is going to work. Your body is going to reject it. It's not going to enjoy it. So let your body, allow your body, yourself, to start doing the change, you know, slowly, but surely.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go. Mike, tell us about what you've been hearing, man. You're hearing that businesses may be opening up soon. I mean, that's what we were talking before we got on camera. Talk about the impact it's going to make on all of us, because actually we may be heading back to the studio live pretty soon. I'm not sure if KP and Bobby got that information, but tell us what you've been hearing, Mike.
Well, from what I seen a little while ago on the news, it was pretty much saying that Friday we enter phase 2 of a lot of the reopenings. For certain businesses, I believe it was clothing stores, toy stores, furniture, lawn stores, garden, things of that nature will start up on Friday as long as they meet the criteria that was put out. And then coming Monday, I believe a couple other places can. And as long as everything keeps going the same way, maybe by the end of the month or at the beginning of June, or maybe even sooner, phase 3 and 4 can come out, which would obviously be good. And if we can get back in the studio, then of course we would love to be back in there and, you know, bring the best quality of show to you guys as we normally do.
No, and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because what we have right now, I would say honestly, and I'm trying to be as humble as possible, is past the average. It's that this level that KP has put together right here at Mad Production Studios. You don't know. Everybody sees the graphics. Everybody sees this. They don't know what's going on. I mean, this guy is juggling. I mean, before we hit a speed bump, he was talking to Maria on the phone. We were still on air. I mean, he's juggling different hats, man. I mean, that I will say. I mean, he's writer, producer, engineer, fix it, mic check guy, you name it, and the guy seems to do it. And I've never, ever one time ever heard KP brag, except one guy said something, and KP said something like, "Bro, you couldn't last 5 seconds in doing what I'm doing." That's the only time I've ever heard him say anything. Yep. But other than that, Maria, we got a great engineer, great producer. And when you hear that, you hear like a team. What KP does, and honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, he does what 3 men have to do, if not more.
Yep.
And I'll share a story with you. I posted an interview today I did with Robert Garcia at Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy. Mike and Maria, before we went on air, Showtime Boxing was there, and they were recording live. They had 3 guys there and 1 floater doing the whole interviews and stuff. They left. They stuck around. And they were amazed by KP, the setup that he had. So, and I asked him, "Do you need any help?" He goes, no. Basically, me helping was getting the hell out of the way. So he set everything up all by himself. And I'm just, hey, man, there's some times that, things don't go the way we want them to go because of technology. But at the end of the day, man, nobody does it better than KP. And I want to give props to our producer, man, our engineer. And, I'm already thinking, man, we're going to have to do some things on location inside of your gymnasium, Maria.
I think so. Now that you are mentioning, I would like to have the contact because I'm planning going back again with the virtual classes. It's so cool because then anybody can take my classes from New York, from, Texas, from you name it. So I really want to have a nice view when I'm projecting my classes. So that is very important. So definitely, I think we are going to keep your technician on call because I need help so much. But that's
KP,
how it is, right?
KP, you listening to that, KP?
KP, you are in, okay?
No, he does have that. I got to ask one more question before I hand it over to Mike. Before you started holding up a card to be a card girl, or even a cage girl, I don't know exactly what with the quick terminology, I always say a ring girl, you had to become a fan of the sport. So who would you say your favorite fighter is? And you've been around a lot of fighters. I mean, you've had the best seat in the house.
Yeah, and my favorite one is my son.
Hey, he has pretty good left hook. I've watched him.
Yeah, let me tell you. I mean, I think all of them, they have their own thing. I think I just, thumbs up for all of them. And have all my respect. And I don't really have a particular one that I say, oh, this one or that one. I really, like I told you, my thumbs for all of them and my respects for all of them, because it's so much work that they have to put in to get on that ring and do their best and do what they love to do. I've been seeing my son practicing now because he wants to be a boxer. He doesn't want to do nothing else. I push him to do this, different sports, when he was little, younger, and nothing. And then one day he just said, "Mom, I want to try boxing classes. Mom, can you look somebody?" And he keep asking, like for 6-7 months. And he told me, "You know what, Mom? The only sport that I want to try, it's like you don't really want me to do it, or you don't, no, you think so I'm taking serious?" And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I'm so sorry, mijito." I said, "Okay, we're, and we start looking for a coach. And Madera, there is not too many. So finally we found one, and he barely started taking those classes when the coronavirus came into this. So the classes, they were closed. But let me tell you one thing. That kid is so committed to it. Nothing stopped him. Every day he start training. He comes to the gym when he's with me. He comes to the gym. He run 3-4 miles. He do his his I don't know how you call it, his meets or punching bag and all that. And then he start lifting weights, very light because he's young. He's only 13, and he's so committed to that. I'm so proud of him, and I don't know. Who knows? He might really like it and stick with it. And he said that he wants to fight. And I said, okay, I'm going to let you to go into the ring, and then after that, let's see how much you like it or if you stick with it. But yeah, being a ring girl, I just started with that. Somebody invited me, and I went. It was something that I just wanted to do. It's just for experience.
Well, I mean, hey, it's opened a lot of doors. I've seen you do some modeling. I saw some of your pictures and some of your posts, and
Correct.
It's opened the door. And I believe you take every opportunity that's given your way. To get back on your son, Mike, I've watched the kid hit the bag, and everybody can hit the bag, but not everybody has a natural left hook. The kid's double left hook to the body, Mike. We got to use some of our resources, introduce them to some of the fighters, because you know as well as I know, all it takes is one fighter to say something special to somebody, and they grab it and it changes their life.
Yeah.
So next time there's some fighters available, Maria, we'll make contact with you, or Mike, and we'll make it a point where your son gets that opportunity to sit down and talk to either a world champion or someone that's involved in the game or a great coach.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I show him your comment when I send you the video, and he said, "Mom, what your friend says about my left side?" And he was, you make him feel very good. I mean, I don't know too much about, the techniques and all that, but I consider that my son has it. For some reason, it's just like you said, Richard, some kids, they just have it natural. And they just, doing better and better with the practice, but they just have it. And yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you give me some of your contacts or a good, boxer trainer or something. And I would love to definitely pursue it and help my son and support him if that is something that he wants to do.
What we'll do, there's a few coaches around here in Madera, and there's a few that I know. What they'll do is they'll do some one-on-one with him, and they'll critique on what he needs to work on. And then we'll take it from there. And Mike, a lot of people too, man. And sometimes when you're young, there's nothing like being young and passionate and having that drive. But there's nothing like getting that advice from somebody or somebody making a comment that just changes your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Correct. I agree with you. I totally agree.
Mike, so talk to us about some boxing news, man. I mean, we're hearing that somebody's coming over to Team Canelo, man. I mean, somebody's making a big move. I mean, we're talking about the former heavyweight champion of the world. Tell us what you heard. I posted it off your news. Tell us what you heard and what's going on and how much of an impact will that change make in his life?
Well, it's Andy Ruiz has signed a one-fight deal for right now. It's one fight to go to Canelo team. And that's big news, honestly, because everybody in Canelo's camp, Ryan Garcia, Oscar Valdez, Julio Cesar Martinez, and, of course, Canelo, they're some of the best, and in the thought of Ryan Garcia as an up and coming top flight prospect, they're some of the best fighters that there is in the world. They show immense discipline. Canelo's trainer Eddie Reynoso has a great defensive skill set that he's allowed these fighters to adapt, and you could see it in Martinez, in Garcia especially, who's improved drastically since he's been with Reynoso and Canelo. I mean, you've seen he's got a head movement like no other now to put on with his offensive game plan. So with Andy, that's going to work. I think it'll work well because of the speed that Andy has with his hands. And, just Andy has overall skill to begin with. He's one of the guys, as we said, someone that just has it. It's just the motivation and the want to do it. But with Canelo's team, there's going to be no way that he could lollygag, get out of shape, go balloon and weight. They're not going to let him do that. Canelo and Ryan, and they'll probably run their mouth to him to make sure he's out there running, lifting weights, doing everything he needs to do. So this, along with Robert Garcia, was who I thought would be the best choices for Andy Ruiz. So I like it, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen once that first fight comes from, and it might be Dylan White or Luis Ortiz from what we're hearing at the moment.
Wow. I mean, he's jumping right back in there. I mean, he's not taking anything easy. I mean, these opponents that they're matching him up against. And I think this is going to be a good fit. I think he has a lot to prove, not only to the world, but to himself, because he don't give a damn what the world thinks. I mean, you got to just focus on yourself, and he wants to make that impact once again in the heavyweight division. He's one fight away of looking great, and then he's going to be in the top 3 of everybody mentioning him. Maria,
Yes.
I know you know who Mike Tyson is. Everybody in boxing knows about Mike Tyson. Well, recently, he released a video, and he released a statement that says, hey, I want to fight again. Now, he met some exhibitions, but he released a video, and Mike, he looked great. I know it was just one punch combination, but the hand speed was there, the power was there, the head movement was there.
Yep.
It boggles the mind. It's intriguing because a lot of people think, okay, he's just going to go and take the exhibition, which I believe he is. But that opens the door to the worldwide imagination. Tell me what your prediction is for Mike Tyson 2020, 2021.
I think he'll probably do a couple exhibitions, and because of his age, I hope he doesn't come back to a real big fight. But I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. And in that video, I know it's, as we said, it's just, you know, a little 5-10 second little thing. But man, yeah, it was quick. The sound of that thud when he hit it, that's how you know someone really has power. Is it's not the smash, it's the thud. It's not a slap, it's a thud, and that's what it was. It sounded like a bomb going off in there. Yeah, so yeah, that sounded and looked like old Mike Tyson. But I mean, and you know what? Honestly, there probably is some guys in the top 30, top 40, maybe that he could probably catch one time. And I'm pretty sure no matter who you put him in there with, we're talking Fury or anything. If he lands one time, I mean, they'll probably go to sleep. But I don't want to put Mike in that type of risk at his age. But it would bring a lot of people to watch it, being that it's Mike Tyson. The same way whenever Mayweather fights, you have people coming over from the other side. The same way right now Ryan Garcia has his 2 million Instagram followers or whatever, but they get all these views to come watch it. Mike Tyson was one of those people that transcended sports in his era from the end of the 80s to the mid-90s up until when he fought Lewis in 2000, I believe. It was still, you know who Mike Tyson is no matter who you are. He's a person that means more than just the sport of boxing. He's an icon in the world. So if he was to come back, he's going to get a lot of views. He'd probably do maybe 1 million pay-per-views, honestly, if he really wanted to. But it's a dangerous sport at this point. But if he could do it, then hey, more power to him. Hopkins did until he was 52.
I believe it could be done.
What do you think? Since you know more about this, you know, Mike Tyson, what brought that to him to fight again, maybe, or to put it out there? Do you have any idea what it makes him to think like, okay, I want to do this, or I want to have one more fight, or something like that?
I think
me personally, I think it's the fight.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Yep. I think it's as you were saying, it's just in him. He's a fighter, and his last official boxing match, he looked really bad and lost. And every Hall of Fame type fighter never wants to go out in that way. They don't want to go out looking terrible. If they get knocked out, they get knocked out, but they want to go out fighting a good fight type of thing. And he didn't. So in his mind, if he could come back in, maybe he goes into a 4 or 6 rounder, but doesn't look bad. And if he loses, he's fine as long as he doesn't look terrible. But as Richard said, he's a fighter. And at the end of the day, you want to fight. It don't matter if you're 12, 5, 20, 25, 30, 100 years old. A fighter is a fighter, and you're going to want to do it no matter what age you are.
I think the great Miguel Cotto said it best. This was after one of his fights that he lost by decision. And it's a great scene. It's a great documentary. He's in his dressing room, and he lost. He poured his heart out. And his wife is there, and she's saying, you know, enough is enough, please. They got plenty of money. They have plenty of houses, cars. And he looked at his wife, and he said, this is all I know. He said, this is all I know. Well, Mike Tyson, this is all you know.
Yeah. That Cotto one was against Mayweather after he lost. Yeah. They were in the locker room, and his wife told him, I don't want to see you do this anymore. I'm done. And he said, this is all I know how to do. This is what I've been doing. So that's it. You're a fighter. That's what you know how to do. You never want to stop. Honestly, nobody ever in sports. Nobody ever really wants to retire, but your body tells you when it's time to go.
Yeah, that's very well said.
I can have the feeling. I have the feeling of when you have a passion for something, you know, no matter what, no matter how old you are, you want to keep doing it. You know, they live for that. Those fighters, they have it on their veins, on their heart. I mean, I cannot imagine how you get on the ring and get punched and this and that. And it's just, I mean, how they get back again, right? It's just, they pour their hearts out there, and definitely they have to love it, and they have to have a passion for it.
Maria, I'm going to put you on the hot seat right now since we brought up Mike Tyson. And never say never, and no one's ever exempt from having an opportunity. When I say that, how would you react? What would you do if Mike Tyson walked through your doors at Extreme Fitness and said, I want to hire you for 6 weeks. Get me in shape. Get my meal plan. Get my cardio going. I want to build my stamina. The rest, I got a trainer that's going to take care of the rest as far as the mittens, the sparring, and everything. If he came to you and he said, I need some private lessons, I need a private session, 8 weeks. Let's get down to business. How would you react, first of all? And are you willing and ready to take on such an opportunity if it was to come your way?
Oh, my God. That will be a blessing for me to have that kind of a person, you know, such a wonderful fighter to come to my place. It will be an honor for me. But I also can tell you something. I want to tell you something. Can be him or can be any other person. I take them the same. Believe me, from my heart. Because both of them, they have their heart. They want to do the change. They want the best. They want me to take out the best of them. And I will be more than proud. And I will do more than my 100 and be there for that person. But can be Mike Tyson or can be, I don't know, your neighbor and come to me and I will do exactly the same thing, you know, because it's just, I always tell my clients when they come to me, I always thank them for giving me the opportunity to be part of their fitness journey, you know, to be part and for giving me the opportunity to be there for them and support them, for believe on me. You know, even though we haven't done anything, but, you know, they come to you and they put their lives on you, believe it or not. You feel like sometimes like you're a doctor, but I tell them I'm not a doctor, but, you know, they really believe in you. What you tell them to do, they do. So it's amazing. But, you know, if Mike Tyson crossed my doors, oh, my God, it will be like, great. I mean, it will be fantástico, fenomenal, perfecto. But, you know, whoever it is, they are more than welcome, and I help them the same, and I give more than my 100% to them. But it will be a great experience for me.
You know, that sounds really wonderful because it's all about keeping your feet on the ground, staying well-rounded, and staying humble. And in this business, Maria, unfortunately, people change in the drop of a dime, the drop of a hat. People change. The dollar changes people. The fame changes people. The followers changes people. People continue to change, and I'll say this over and over again, man will disappoint you every single time. You just got to continue to stay focused and go forward and stay positive and go after your goals. Because if you rely on somebody else, they're not going to push as hard as you are for yourself. They're going to push for themselves and themselves only. And in this business, Mike Tyson said it best. This is a hurt business. But I believe he wasn't just talking about the punches, Mike. He's talking about the emotions. He's talking about the letdowns. He's talking about the double crossing, the turning your back on me, the backstabbing. It's a grotesque business, Maria, but I love it. I'm passionate about it, and I wouldn't change anything for the world except for creating that opportunity. We'll be ready when that opportunity comes. Mike, hearing those words, Mike, hearing those words, what's your experience on the sport of the sweet science, which is the sport of boxing? How's it been treating you, man? And tell us about the changes you've seen since you started.
It's honestly, it treated me good. I was lucky when I first started. with Behind the Gloves, as you know, that's how we met. Was that I did one story, and I was lucky enough to a couple fighters that read it, liked it, and reached out to me and asked me to do work with them. Then I got in contact with a couple people from a PBC side who was managing other fighters, and I was lucky there to go and be able to create contacts, meet people, fighters, promoters, managers, and all that. And it's treated me really good. But the change I have seen, certain fighters or managers, when their people were maybe middle of the ranks, now they get up to a certain point and it's like, oh, you got to call this person to get to me, type of thing. And as you said, it's ugly business. You get backstabbed. As we talked before, we have people that me and you have helped out, who have gone and done things, behind our backs. But it is what it is. I'll go buy a mop or something next time, and we'll go from there. It just happens that way, and it is, as you said, it is a grotesque sport. It is ugly at times, but hey, I wouldn't change it. And as me and you have talked about, we welcome competition from anybody, because if there's no competition, then it gets boring. But it's fun, and as you said, you do enjoy it. There's nights of the fight night or fight week. There's some of the best moments you could have there, and especially after the fights, as you've seen, me and you have seen, you actually get to see the fighter after a win, after a loss. You see the real them, and it's real eye-opening. And especially through this, I've seen a lot with so many of these fighters, and some stuff that I never knew, and I've gained a lot of respect for a lot of these fighters and the things that they do for people.
Well, you know what? Very well said, Mike. And I will say this. If you're involved in the sport of boxing, you know how important. And first of all, I want to say this to all my familia, man. Happy Cinco de Mayo. If you're a fighter in the sport of boxing, that is a big weekend, Cinco de Mayo weekend. They give the biggest fights out there. Mayweather even fights out there. Oscar De La Hoya has Canelo fighting. It is huge in the sport of boxing. But you know what? During this time, it's brought us all together as one flesh, man, knowing that, hey, man, we're all rooting for each other, and that we can only get through this with the help of one another. We can get through this together. Maria, I spoke to you earlier, and you said, Richard, I want to give tribute to Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to wear my get-up. I'm going to get all dolled up, and I'm going to do what I do. And I said, okay. I said, hey, we wear what – there you go. You wear whatever's going to make you comfortable. Exactly. I appreciate you taking the time to, make that impact and give tribute to everybody, and exactly what Cinco de Mayo stands for, man. And, that's our people, man. I mean, if you do history and you look into history, it is what it is. I mean, we have Martin Luther King Day, we have Independence Day, and, for us, we're fortunate. We got Cinco de Mayo, and, also in September, I claim it as one of our months as well. So before I get too political or I get all these emails that says, all right, Richard, all you do is this and that.
Don't get into politics, Richard. Don't get into politics. Leave it alone. We're fine here.
I will.
No
I
religion,
will. I just have to get...
no politica, no religion. And you're all good, right, Mike?
That's the safest way. No, exactly. But I will talk about my belief when people do ask me. I'll let them know. But hey, I just wanted to say happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody, and in any color, black, white, Mexican, or African American, Chinese. Hey, everybody celebrates Cinco de Mayo, so I had to get that out and acknowledge what it is. But people are calling it Taco Tuesday today, so I know. And are you gonna have your tacos today, Maria?
Oh, claro, claro que sí. Voy a casa. I'm going home. I didn't have a chance to cook before I came to the show because la señora se estaba poniendo pretty. Pero ya dejé. I left en el comal. Some people, they don't know what is comal, Mike. Do you know what is comal, Mike?
Comal, of course I know what comal is. I have it right there. Es para los tortillas.
Ese sí es un mexicano. Perfecto, sí. Yeah. So dejé mi comal en la estufa with all the hot peppers, jalapenos, tomatoes, onions, garlic, to go home and make salsa tatemada, homemade. Deliciosa. Tengo el pollo. The chicken is already marinated to do some fajitas. And of course, we got to do a guacamole. Claro.
Wow.
Now I'm
And
hungry again.
we got to do a quinoa salad. Quinoa salad with tomatoes, some vegetables, delicioso, all fresh. So yes, after here, join me on live Instagram, and you will see that I'm going to be in the kitchen cooking, cutting, chopping, everything. I love it so much. So yes, we can have our tacos if you want to, or you can have just your piece of chicken breast and with quinoa and guacamole and salsa on the side. Or if you want some tacos, why not? Quesadillas with chicken in the middle. Muy bueno.
Shoot, sounds bomb. I actually had some of that. Yeah, no, actually Saturday I had some of that with some boil. It was real good. It was real good.
Yeah.
But hey, Maria, I want to let you know one thing. You are the start of a special month for the Fighter's Voice. The month of May we dedicated to all the women. All our guests are all women on the Fighter's Voice, Kick-Ass Podcast and the Fighter's Voice Knockout Podcast. Mike's mixing it up because he's launching the Fighter's Voice Español, but you're the one who's opening the doors, and we got such powerful women in the sport of boxing, such as Raquel Miller, who's going to join us tomorrow, who is the intern WBA Women's Champion of the World. And we also have Raging Babe, who is a promoter out in what city, Mike? Philadelphia?
Philadelphia and Phoenix.
What she is, Maria, is a promoter, a female promoter, making it happen in Philadelphia. A lot of people say promotions is only for the male, but no, she changed everything. She is a female promoter, a woman promoter, taking it and getting the respect of all her peers. Later on in the month, I mean, we have Zoila Frosto from Madera, California, who's former Bellator women's champion, yes, as well. And towards the end of our month, we still have some that are pending women that are going to come forth. We have Kelly Swanson, who is the PR person, the head person to Floyd Money Mayweather. She takes care of all his personal affairs, all his bookings, all his personal matters. And believe me, she's a very powerful woman in the boxing industry. So we dedicated it all to all the female, all the women this month. One, because of Mother's Day. And if you're not a mother, you came from a mother. And we just wanted to give back a little bit. So you opened it up.
And then on the Spanish side, we do have... Yeah, on the Spanish side, we will have Loba Acosta from Combate Americas, and we will have Sulim Urbina from Golden Boy as well, boxer. So we do have women coming on that side as well, same thing.
Beautiful. I mean, I feel so proud. I feel so proud and so honored to be the first one in your show on this month. And, you know, my support to all female, we can, you know, just like... sometimes it's not easy. Me and this industry on fitness, most of the times they are female, the man who is involved in it. But in this case, it's me, a female, and you find challenge through the way, you know, through different things, you know, from starting from equipment, what I need. What I should buy, what I should get, what should I don't get. But everything is just a learning process. It's like life, it's life, you know. If you really love it, if you really have the passion for it, you will find a way. Always, you know, knocking doors, asking questions, whatever it has to take, you will get there. And I really admire those ladies who are fighters and all the hard work that they put on it as well. You know, all my respects for them. And I'm so glad, you know, thank you so much, Richard. Thank you, Mike, for, you know, give us the opportunity and give us voice and, you know, allow us to be there in your show and be part of it. And, you know, I'm more than happy to be with you again whenever, you know, our schedule works or, you know, we make it work. I'm really enjoying this, believe me. And I can't wait for, you know, to be over there in your show. Even though, Mike, you know, Mike, mi primera lengua es español y no lo puedo negar. Así es de que...
Pues mío es el segundo, pero sí. Sí, cómo no.
No, pero buenísimo, lo estamos haciendo muy bien.
Sí.
I know my accent is super, heavy accent, and I say, it's who I am, and I'm very proud of it. And most of the times people, you have an accent? I say, yes, I do. There is any problem?
You should know what you should tell them? Hey, Maria, when they ask you if you have an accent, say, no, do I really?
Exactly. Do I really? I don't think so. But, okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's the same thing that they tell us, Richard. I know you've heard it when we've been at fights. When people come in from other states, they'll tell me, "Oh, you're Californian, huh? You have the California accent." And I'm like, I have an accent? I didn't know Californians have an accent, but according to the rest of the country, we do. Yeah, so.
I think so. But it's what it makes us unique, right? It's what it makes us unique. And I love it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you know what? I got a bone to pick with KP, Mike. This weekend, he posted some, I think it was tri-tip.
I don't know. That.
And I do want to say this too, Maria. Our guy KP, I mean, he is a cook. He is like on the download cook. But my man could prepare stuff. But he went over the top this weekend. He had some tri-tip that was cut. He had all the sides, all the fixings, the pre-course, the main course. And I even texted him. I said, what, no invite, homie? Or what's going on here?
Yeah.
KP got skill set.
Exactly, huh?
Yeah.
Invite home. Yeah, we will be more than happy to go. So I don't know.
Exactly.
Do you like to do the kitchen, guys? Do you like to cook? Are you into it? Or you just you just like to join the kitchen just to eat? Or you are into cooking or not? It's something that you say.
No, we know how to cook.
That is just not for me.
I cook a little bit, you know,
we know how to cook.
Things that I need to cook. Yeah, absolutely. But
I can barbecue.
Think, you know,
I can barbecue.
You can barbecue.
Yeah.
I always think of it as an art form. Like when somebody cooks in the kitchen, the way they put it together, you take all these fruits or you take all these vegetables, and then at the end of the day, you have this masterpiece. And I always look at it as an art form.
Yeah.
Yep, it's an art. You know, you create whatever you want. All flavors involved, you know, it's so good. All the colors, I love colors, so that's why I always put a lot of different ones, and everything tastes really, really good. Like today, like I told you, after here, I'm going to go home and start cooking and prepping and doing all that because, yes, tengo hambre.
There you go. There you go. KP, I'm not sure how much time we got left. Let me know, my man. Maria, we talked about stores reopening, okay? If you could pick one store to reopen, there you go.
Salud.
There you go.
There you go.
Salud. There you go. I have coffee, so here you go. Absolutely. Maria, if you had your store of choice to reopen, what store would it be?
My store or business, you mean?
Or your favorite store, like, you know, I'm sure your favorite store is closed right now, like everybody else's favorite store. What store would you want to reopen?
Richard, I'm not really good at shopping. I'm not a shopping person. I don't go to stores. But I don't know. I mean, I like to go and have tea. I like the tea in Fresno over there. So I think it will be Capa Joy. I really like that kind of place. Shopping, I was having one of my favorite stores at the mall and they closed. So I don't have a place really that I'm missing to go and shop. So I'm sorry, I don't have the right answer, I think.
No, you do. That's who you are. I just thought for sure you'd have like a certain grocery store or certain place that you would like and hoping that would reopen. And you said it's the tea place.
Yes.
How about you, Mike?
For me, if it would be like food type, like me and my daughter and my fiance, we love frozen yogurt. So anything frozen yogurt type, I could eat that all day, man. So that's some of my favorite thing. That's one of like my muses right there is frozen yogurt. So anything like that, I would hope to come back. Clothing wise, I do need some shorts and stuff because it's starting to get hot. So anything clothing wise.
There you go. Well, guys, hey, man, if it was for me, and I'm gonna say this real quick because we're about to say bye. But before we say bye, Maria, tell us in 20 seconds, how do we follow you on Instagram?
You can follow me. Just log in as Extreme Fitness, and then you will it will pop out. So you follow us, please. Every day I have something new. Every day I'm posting classes. Every day I'm posting the things that I do. Keep you motivated. And you have any question, please don't hesitate. Text me, and I try my best to respond right away. If not, for sure I will respond. If not right away, I will respond back. Fitness questions, meal recipes, anything, whatever you need, and feel free to contact me and text me and reach me out.
There you go. Very well said. Mike, tell us in 30 seconds, our soft opening, when's it going to happen, and what schedule are we looking at once we start going on a regular? Tell us in 30 seconds, please.
Well, this Thursday will be the first episode of the Fighter Voice in Español. Will be at 5:30. From then on, we're going with Wednesday, 7:30 after the Kick-Ass podcast. From then on, that will be the schedule going forward. And again, this month, we will have Ernesto Amador on Thursday this week. We should be having La Loba Acosta and Salim Urbina, and then we're working on a couple other guests to end the month out with a bang. And hopefully, again, by June, if everything is able to open up normally, we'll be back and ready and have as many more guests as we possibly can to bring you the best quality on both English and Spanish. Because, as I said, we're not first place only, we're second and third.
Very well said. At this point in time, I want to thank our guest, Maria Cervantes of Extreme Fitness. And I want to thank Mike Arutha and wish him well on the new journey of expanding the Fighter's Voice. And real quick, if I had to sort of open, it would probably be the Fighter's Voice studio downtown off of Ventura. I can't wait to get in there like a team. I appreciate everybody standing by and sticking with us. We had a speed bump earlier today, but technology is what it is. We're here. We made it happen. I want to thank KP, Bobby, Escovedo, and also our guest tomorrow will be Raquel Miller, the WBA Women's Interim Champion of the World. Maria, I want to thank you for taking your time and coming on the Fighter's Voice Knockout podcast. Once again, as always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Never down for the count. It's just another wrap. Thanks for listening to the Fighter's Voice Radio Show. Catch us again next week.
Same when, same how.
And always stay connected to the Fighter's Voice on social media. So, on behalf of special guests and the whole crew right here at the Fighter's Voice Radio Show, saying see ya next week, right here on the Fighter's Voice.